virus cannot mutate.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Joe Exotic.
Why do you keep using this? A lot of people say it's racist.
It's not a bonk machine, it's a fence.
Perhaps we need some outside universal threat from outside this world.
Broken News.
Hello, welcome to episode 11 of Broken News, your weekly world news update with a twist. We've risked our lives this week to bring you a show during one of the worst storms of the winter. Mr. Walker, what are you doing? Oh, for God's sake.
You caught me, I was playing with my toys.
And you...
Man toys. And then pretend like you've not got toys.
Just for anyone that's listening to the audio-only version, what were you holding?
Super Mario Brothers.
Okay. First red flag of the evening. How's the weather? How's the weather with you? It's fucking shocking in Fife.
It's mental, man. Honestly, I swear, I'm not making this up, right? I'm not making this up. You can test my piss, right?
Okay.
I seen a mattress chasing me across the street. A fucking mattress. And do you want to know what was behind it? A Christmas tree. We're nearly at the end of fucking January and there's still Christmas trees in the street. Honestly, this thing was coming towards me. It was going to cause some damage.
Edinburgh City Council need to get their act in gear, don't they?
I think they need to have a word with themselves.
Yeah. You versus a mattress. My money's on the mattress.
Well, I was quite tired. I could have just fucking had a sleep. Right, what was I going to say?
But you're all safe and sound?
Well, I am now. But I've got a question for you.
Right.
Is it Storm Isha or is it Storm Isha? What the fuck is the storm?
Fuck. I know.
Right.
You'd think we should have probably researched this beforehand.
How do you research that? How do you research that?
I don't know.
How do you even Google that?
I think you should Google it while we're talking. Nah, I don't. What are we going to... Let's agree. Are we going to call... I like Isha.
Isha
We'll go with
sounds
Isha.
quite exotic.
It does, yeah. Sounds quite Joe Exotic to match our intro music.
I think... is it... What was the other one? Isha.
Isha. Nah, that doesn't sound right.
Hold on.
Do you...
What one are we going with? I thought you said Isha was the one we were going with.
I thought we were going with Isha.
Are you drinking again?
I'm drinking, but only a delicious can of Monster.
Oh, I see what we done there.
I told you I would have one this week. So, yeah, there's been lots of damage and stuff. My children's school didn't actually open until 12 o'clock today because the heating was buggered. And my front fence is a little bit crooked, but not too bad overall. I have to say I've been getting increasingly frustrated today on social media with all the fence repair companies acting like the fourth emergency service. I saw one saying something along the lines of, keep your family safe, we're here for you 24/7. And I'm like, it's a fence, pal. Like, it's a bit inconvenient if it blows down, but I'm probably still safe.
Do they think they're the fucking front line of the army? Let's get out there, pots and pans and bang for them.
6 p.m. tomorrow night, man. Let's get out there and give them what for.
I mean, they're doing a good job, but not that good. They're just doing their job. That's it.
Are they doing a good job, though? Because if they'd done a good job the first time, my fucking fence would still be in one piece, wouldn't it?
That's a fact.
Maybe they do this on purpose. It's all rigged. And then we've got roofers and tilers and all that. I can hear the tradesman's gasp from here. Oh, you're going to need a whole new roof for that one cracked tile.
Absolute bullshit. Oh, by the way,
telling me
this is gold. You're going to love this.
Could be.
So last night, I think it was obviously just before the planes and everything got halted. So it was a flight from Manchester to London that obviously they couldn't land. Do you know where they fucking ended up?
Nah.
Budapest. Free holiday.
Where is that? Is that Hungary?
It's somewhere that's warmer than here.
Showing my ignorance here, but yeah, Budapest. There's a good song called Budapest. Who sings that?
Is it not Bastille?
Yeah, I think it is Bastille, yeah.
If we've got it wrong, tell us.
Yeah, someone... I mean, the fact checker, we really need to bring this guy in soon because we're making a fucking arse of this, eh?
I know.
Yeah, I saw one, not as... I was going to tell one about getting rerouted to... So it was somewhere in France, but I think Budapest's further, so you've stolen my thunder. Speaking of social media, the other thing that's been doing my nut in, and I've been meaning to talk to you about it for ages, but... You know, when you see like a post for like a missing pet or a missing person or whatever, and it'll say like, my dog, Scott. There's never been a dog called Scott in his life. I've actually met a dog called Scott. Anyway, my dog called Rex has gone missing, last seen, such and such a place Southside Edinburgh type thing, right?
Mhm.
And you'll get all the old pensioners from like Timbuktu sharing it, going, shared in Houston, Texas. Hope you find them. And I'm like, thanks for
Wow,
sharing it.
me.
Just in case my dog has tried to get a flight to London and accidentally been rerouted to Houston, Texas, then, you know,
That
just for the
shit
share.
happens. That shit happens.
You hear about that all the time, don't you?
I know. I know.
So I wanted to ask you if you have you got any like social media pet peeves? I've got another one, but I want to see if is there anything that you
Yes.
see on it just drives
Yes.
you nuts? Is it me?
I've got one. Aye, but above and beyond you, there is something, and you've definitely seen this before, right? And I
Right.
still don't know what it means, right?
Okay.
And if
I might.
anybody ever says it to me, when I'm feeling down or anything like that,
Yeah.
I think I might fucking slap them. Right, wait for it. You ready?
Right, go on then.
Right, so your post, you're saying, oh look, I'm really upset, guys. I'm probably going to go offline, go dark for a couple of days. You're probably not going to hear from me. And then somebody, or several people in the post will say, oh, chin up. What the fuck does chin up mean?
I know. I think is it not like because you'd walk around with like your
No.
your head
If
down.
Who the fuck walks about like that? You'd be walking into everything.
You'd be walking into a mattress if you were walking about with your head down, wouldn't you?
Or a Christmas tree.
Do you see how I linked that?
I
That's pretty good,
I
wasn't it?
did like that. I liked it.
We watched our first episode back last week, and we've got loads of notes. So hopefully everybody out there is noticing how much more professional we are this week.
Aye. The two
Aye,
biggest
chin
notes
up.
that we got was just try your best not to look like yous and
Yeah,
just stop
don't
talking. But we're back.
So if we can turn our cameras off and our microphones, and just maybe we'll just put up an hour's worth of silence on Spotify this week.
Magic.
That'd be great. What's that you're drinking?
Oh,
That's bad.
excuse me. I'm very sorry. This is a lovely, lovely Monster Energy drink. One of the original ones. And I'm not going to lie. Just so I could make this bit visible on the screen, I went through the whole fucking cabinet in the co-op, just trying to find one with a mouth hole. Is that what they're called? Mouth hole? Is that the technical term for
I
it?
can't think of a better term. Let's go with that. Yeah.
Mouth hole was on this side. So
So
anyway,
that
that's
people
dedication,
could-
I thought.
So that people could see the logo.
Yeah.
When you that is dedication. I'm impressed that you did that.
Thank you.
I'll tell you one more of my social media pet hates. Is people who check in to hospitals but don't give any information. Have you ever seen someone do that? So they'll just use the check-in function to tell all their friends list that they're at a hospital. Do you not think that's just like the ultimate attention grab?
There is one that I have seen, and there's been no posts for said person for ages. And then all of a sudden there's a picture up, and it's the wee wristbands that you get in the hospital.
Aye.
It's one of the
Yep.
zero explanation, just so people will go, oh, Suzanne. I don't know who Suzanne is, but she's had a rough time. Suzanne, what's wrong?
Watch
Fuck off.
Kisro, aye. No, I've seen that totally.
Everyone's
And
wrong.
it's an attention grab, isn't it? Or that's me going in for my op. It's like,
What?
Is it heart surgery or is it like an ingrown toenail? Like, come on,
I know.
I need to know, because there's a difference. Like, I'll maybe send you a message if it's heart surgery, but if it's a broken tail,
I know.
fuck off. Get a new pair of trainers.
Yeah, by the way, good luck getting in a fucking hospital now.
Aye.
It's
Rammed.
very, very hard. It's very hard just to get a doctor's appointment now. You phone them up and they're
Is it?
basically giving you what you want because they didn't want to see you.
Yeah.
And it's been since COVID. They're just not
Aye,
interested.
they've still got all the posters up, don't they? Like
Aye.
COVID restrictions and stuff. It's crazy. Let's not go into COVID again because I just get mad about it.
I know, as a pain in the arse.
It was all the shit, wasn't it, basically? Anyway, let's crack on. So social media, there's just so many annoying things. Just to round up on the hospital thing, it just worries people. Like, you see that, and if it is somebody, I mean, I would immediately end a friendship with somebody that did this. But
Instantly.
if you did it, we've got nearly 15 years of a friendship, so you might get a second chance if you did it. But it would worry me. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, why? And then, do you know when you see underneath those posts, someone will say, oh, what's wrong? Are you all right? And they'll go, I'll PM you, hun. No, I mean, it's not just like, they'll not even tell you, I'll PM you, because if I put it on the post, no one else will ask me. And I won't get as much attention. It's actual shocking, eh?
Look, we're quite empathetic. We're as sympathetic as I
disagree. Do you think?
I think you are. I think you are. I definitely am.
Yeah.
But I do feel that neither of us have got any time for that nonsense because we've seen the games over and over and over and over, and it's the same routine.
Yeah.
Get some new material, guys. Come on, just fucking...
We should maybe take our own advice there, eh?
Probably.
And speaking of attention seeking, because I absolutely fucking hate it, if you're listening, you've not pressed the subscribe button or the follow button on whatever social platform you're watching this on, get it fucking done, because if we don't get a few more likes this week, I'll be fuming. I was checking the statistics on our last episode, and I just want to quickly give a big shout out to all the people that listened to the first 9 that didn't fucking listen to the last one, because it's got less views than every other show I've done so far. So thanks, guys. Really fucking appreciate it. And ironically, these ones are much better than the old ones. They were dreadful. I've listened to a few back and they're a clusterfuck.
See if we didn't get 5 million views or 5 million listens, you're going to see a picture of them on and you're going to be saying, oh, what's up? And I'll need to say, I'll PM you, hun.
Aye.
I'll PM you, hun.
If we don't get at least 1,000 views, I'm going to check myself into hospital and leave you all worried. So there's that. Right, so yeah, I think that's social media put to bed. So I'm sure there's been quite a few people that have now stopped listening. The goal of this podcast is to eventually offend everybody so that nobody's left to listen. Yeah,
That'll happen.
Seems like a good idea.
Do you know what?
So,
do you think we should have snacks while we're doing this? Can just a wee... I'm quite peckish.
Do you know, I quite like a snack, specifically a crisp. I love a crisp.
Or a pretzel. Actually, wait. I did have something about a crisp.
You did?
What did I read? It was a girl. You've read it as well.
Girl,
we spoke
age 10.
about this.
Mm-hmm.
She was 10. Girl, age 10.
Was 10.
What was her name?
Grace.
Grace.
From Edinburgh. Hi, Grace. If you're listening, you shouldn't be. So I'm telling your mum and dad.
Is she definitely from Edinburgh? Is that?
Yeah. Do you want me to...
I've got it here. Aye, great. Right, so what she was...
Thanks for questioning me.
I know. She was feeling the absence of her favourite flavour, so she took matters into her own 10-year-old hands.
Quite right, too, Grace. Well done.
She wrote a letter. Who writes letters anymore? I like that.
I'm writing a letter to Monster if I don't have a free one by next week.
That's factual.
Okay.
But yeah, so she wrote a letter to the managing director. It was definitely her fucking mum. It was a Taylor Snacks. It's quite expensive crisps for a 10-year-old. Right, so she thanked them in advance for reintroducing the snack and warned them, if not, I will be sad. So do you know what happened? Right,
she was sad.
Because she was being smart. She says, "Thank you for reintroducing that flavour that you've discontinued, and if you don't, I'll be sad." And they done it. They brought the flavour back out just because she piped up, and they gave her a year's supply of crisps. Do you know how much I like crisps? And you just says this girl's in Edinburgh. I'm going to go find her. I'm going to take every crisp she's got.
Here's a picture of Grace. Looking extremely fucking well fed, to be fair, isn't she?
I know. Grace, so don't throw crisps.
Why is there a taxi? Do you think they delivered these in a taxi? I've just noticed that. I'm suspicious about this.
That's very odd.
That looks like a bit like product placement to me. But there we go. So yeah, Grace, please will you share your crisps with us because we really enjoy them. Well, last week we spoke about Ronnie O'Sullivan. He's been at it again. Another week, another tournament win. Ronnie O'Sullivan won the UK Grand Prix, not to be confused with the Formula 1 Grand Prix, although to be fair, probably win that too. But yeah, he won another tournament. He said in his post-match interview that he was feeling pretty shit. He didn't say shit. I think he said rubbish, probably. He was feeling pretty rubbish at the beginning of the week. I think the tournament started on like Wednesday, and he said on Monday he just couldn't be bothered, not in the mood. So he went out and he bought himself an air fryer, and it perked him right up because he ate some healthy food for a couple of days, and just turned up and won in our tournament. So well done, Ronnie. What a guy once again.
What a guy.
And just to link that together with another sport and hero, I don't know if you saw this or not. I think you might have been working, but we had the darts in Bahrain over the weekend, and
I've seen bits.
Luke Littler hit a 9-darter, walked on stage, 9-darter first leg.
Yep.
Unbelievable. So I thought we would maybe. Would you like to see it?
I'd like to see it. Yep.
Have you seen it before? I don't think you've seen it.
I've seen it once. I was actually I was impressed with who was he playing again? What's his name?
He was playing Nathan Aspinall, and
how excited he was for him.
I loved that.
That was unbelievable. That was brilliant.
Let's give it a wee watch.
Yeah, it is. I think he might be up to it, Wendy. This could be really, really good. Nathan Asper, look, they're the same management team. I think Nathan did play Luke back when he was 11 or 12. And even then,
He's just
Nathan
so
said,
smooth,
"Oh,
eh?
in a real tough game." But this is unbelievable from Luke Littler. Back-to-back 180s to start the match. They're supposed to be friends and he's tearing into him.
Oh, what a snap this would be. Oh, it's on. It's on. The first leg of the match.
Unreal. I actually love that.
He got through the game.
Look at Aspinall, though. He's actually really happy, isn't he? He's genuinely buzzing for him.
We've seen him on the World Series.
Absolutely love it. What a superstar.
Oh, that was class.
That's actually phenomenal, to be fair.
16 years old, he can't even go and celebrate with a pint. That's
I know,
unbelievable.
crazy. Well, actually, speaking of, I actually think it might be Luke Littler's birthday today. If it's
really?
not today, it's his birthday yesterday. Sorry, Luke.
Oh.
We missed it. Happy birthday, Luke. Happy 17th. Just to think in just 1 year, he can buy a pint. How do you get to be the size of Luke Littler without ever having a pint? That's what I want to know. Because, I mean, he's been packing on. He's put some effort into that, hasn't he?
That's probably still puppy fat. I mean, he's...
Aye, probably. Do you think he'll lose his powers if he loses weight when he's older?
I don't know, but if he's this good now, imagine what he's going to be like in like 20 years. He'll just be
Terrifying.
The best of the best.
I can't even imagine what it's like to be that good at anything.
Anything.
Oh, wait. We're that good at making a podcast.
I don't know about that.
The Doomsday Clock is about to be reset for the year.
Yep.
Tell me what the fuck that is, because it doesn't really sound like something I want to hear about, but at the same time, I feel like I should know.
Well, it's one of the most chilling indicators of mankind's distance from disaster.
Oh, fantastic.
I know. So I think it was, let me just read this here. So since its inception in 1947, when these scientists sort of started this this clock up, it was a good year. It was a good year for clocks. But they, so basically what it is they base it on the like current events around the world. Like if there's a war, or if there's a like financial collapse or anything like that, this clock will get pushed a minute or however many minutes closer to midnight,
depending on the disaster.
On the disaster or what's going on. And right now we're living through a war.
I was going to say it must be like 63 o'clock.
I don't know how far it is we're away, but it's something mental. Like we're currently standing at 90 seconds to midnight. The closest it's ever been.
Then, eh?
Ever 90 seconds to midnight. That's crazy. So they say that when it gets to midnight, it
game over.
Basically should be game over for mankind. Exciting times ahead.
I know. I can't wait to find out what happens next. The good news is that we've got an American presidential election coming up later in the year, so I doubt it'll be all that long, but more on that later. But first, continuing the weather theme, did you know, in fact, I would like you to guess, how many tons of ice do you think are melting in Greenland per hour? This is unbelievable. Think very big. It's a huge number. Think big. What do you reckon?
Tons.
Per hour. How many tons of ice per hour is being lost in Greenland at the moment?
10 billion.
Oh, I mean, come on.
I've
hated when
ruined
you
it.
do that. You've absolutely ruined it. It's going to sound like fuck. It's going to sound like a fucking puddle now. But no, the answer is 30 million tons per hour. I can't believe you said 10 billion.
I know. I'm
Earth
sorry.
doesn't even weigh 10 billion tons.
I know.
But yeah, so the Greenland ice cap is losing an average of 30 million tons of ice an hour due to the climate crisis, a study has revealed, which is 20% more than previously thought. Some scientists are concerned that this additional source of fresh water pouring into the North Atlantic might mean a collapse of the ocean currents with severe consequences for humanity. So your doomsday clock probably needing sped up, to be honest.
Might want to revise it, aye.
Yeah. So, that's genuinely quite worrying.
Fuck me.
So since 1985, Greenland has lost 1 trillion tons of ice. I can't even comprehend what that would look like, to be honest. But, and to think there's still people that are in denial that there is even a climate crisis A climate crisis? What the fuck is that?
I like that. That's a good name for an
Oh,
album.
that podcast title. Climate crisis. Oh, we'll not even get 30 views if we call it that. Yeah, it's crazy to think, though, there are people that are still in denial about this. There's no global warming. I mean, the weather's unbelievable.
I know.
It's crazy.
See, just before we
so-
go further, man, can you say climate crisis 5 times fast?
I'll try.
Go.
If I do it, I want a free can of Monster from Monster.
I knew that was coming. Right, here we go.
Climate crisis, climate crisis, climate crisis, climate crisis, climate crisis.
Oh, I've got one just for you. There we go. We've got some
What kind is it?
punch.
Oh, Monster Punch.
Yeah, very
And everybody
fruity.
watching this would think we were already sponsored by Monster, the amount of publicity we're giving them. That's it for this episode. They're not getting any fucking more screen time. I've had it with them. We'll cut that bit out. See, when I send Monster the email, that bit's not going to be in it.
No. Love you.
We'll probably end up getting an endorsement, and then they'll see that and take it right
Aye.
back.
Game over.
Oh dear. So that's quite concerning, obviously. And I'll tell you who's even more concerned, though, than me about that story is the man in Thailand who's been jailed for 50 years. 50 years in jail for criticising the Thai monarchy.
50 years for
50 years for criticising the Thai monarchy. So the Thai, I'm assuming it's a king or a queen. A Thai man has been given a 50-year prison sentence, the longest jail term handed down under the kingdom's strict laws for criticising the monarchy. The record-breaking sentence comes after several years in which Thailand has ramped up the use of legislation against pro-democracy protesters. So I guess they are still ruled by a king, like they don't have a parliament or a government. The 50 years is after appeal, so that's reduced.
Fuck me. That's bonkers. You only get 7 years for murder.
Do you know? All he did was post on Facebook.
Was it?
It's not like he was even walking about. He wasn't like wandering the streets with signs or anything. He was literally just writing on his own Facebook. So he was originally sentenced to 28 years, but then they found more posts, so they tacked on another 22 years.
I'm glad I didn't
But then on
live
appeal,
there.
he managed to get it down for from 112 years to 50. So he's living life.
Oh, so that's all right. That's fuck me.
I don't know
man.
what he's greeting
That's
about.
scary. No, I know.
To be
Fuck
honest.
me. I love how
but
he
yeah.
says originally he only got 28 years or whatever it was.
Aye. He got 28 years, then he appealed and he got 100. Then he
have shut
appealed
up,
again
mate.
and got 50. I know. He should have just quit while he was ahead at 28. That's not a bad.
I know.
That's not a bad innings.
Fucking hell, man.
But he's now going to the Supreme Court, so we'll check, and if there's an update, we'll keep you all posted because I'm sure you're
That is
fucking
mental.
dying to hear about it.
Fuck me.
So he's had an absolute nightmare.
Bloody hell. I'll tell you what, man. We need something happy to talk about. This is fucking...
I think what you're going to talk about next is going to make me very happy.
I was actually going to mention about gamers, right? Because I've never been a massive gamer, right? And
Yeah.
I know that you like your open worlds, your maps and stuff like that.
Yes,
And
I do.
I draw the line at anything that's 3D. I mean, I'm still playing Super Mario, Sonic the Hedgehog, all the side scrollers.
If it's not a fighting game or a side scroller, you're out, aren't you?
Oh, if it's no Mortal Kombat, I'll spit on it. But it was a boy that I like this one because it's an old game. It was I'm trying to figure out what age he was. Was it a 10-year-old boy has just completed Tetris, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Nobody's ever completed it before, and a 10-year-old boy completed it. So
He's 13. Sorry, fact checking you. He's 13.
Are you a fact checker? You're the
Yeah,
fact checker.
I've got all the info this week. That was one of the bits of
Fucking
feedback
hell,
I
that
gave
was good.
myself. I was punching myself in the face last week watching back the episode at all the stupid things I was doing. So
Oh God,
I'm
there was,
looking all right. But yeah, I've got the information here.
Good man, fucking at least one of us has. But Willie Gibson, what teenager's called Willie? Willie Gibson posted a video on YouTube which shows the moment when the classic video game crashes as he reaches level 157, and I didn't think it's been done before. So the stunned 13-year-old gasps. We like a gasp. We like a
love a
gasp as
gasp.
much as the next tradesman.
Oh, I know. We should be tradesmen.
Oh, we should be.
Trading in comedy. Thank you.
Thanking you. But he gasps, oh my God, I'm going to pass out. And he says he couldn't feel his fingers after it. So what an achievement.
So
What
that's
an
the first time anyone's ever completed Tetris.
Well, I think it's the first time that anybody's got to level 157, I think that's the reason it crashes.
That's the end.
Because
Is that
there
the
really
end?
is nothing left now.
Oh, really?
So
That's crazy because when did Tetris come out? It's like an old game, isn't it?
Oh, that's what we should have found out.
Yeah.
It must be.
Oh, I've got it. Don't you worry
you
about
got
that.
it?
1984, so it's older than us by several years. Well,
Bloody hell.
not that many, a few. Yeah,
Bloody hell.
I'm surprised. So that's 40 years old. Does that mean we're
39.
nearly 40?
39
Oh
years
my
old.
God. You were telling me something the other day that depressed me about age as well, weren't you? What was it you told me again about the 90s?
Oh my God.
Was it the 90s?
Aye. It's kids now kids now that reminisce about the 90s or 90s music or 90s pop culture is the equivalent
The best
to
pop
us.
culture.
Oh, the best. It's the equivalent to us being in the 90s, reminiscing about music in the 60s.
Oh, it just makes you feel ill, doesn't it?
Fucking madness. The best thing about being that age was, remember when you got your summer holidays for school?
Oh,
There was like 7 weeks.
lasted
that
forever,
felt
eh?
like that was a lifetime.
It was like a year.
But gone back to gaming, like when I was younger, my first computer was an Atari, a 2600, and I think at this point my mates were getting
ST.
the Super Nintendos and stuff like that.
I bet you were feeling wee mad.
And I got this. So I think
You must have been a wee bit
I was a wee bit behind, but
A wee bit
it
mad.
was.
He was a wee bit.
I'm a-
Definitely a wee bit. I can see it in your face.
I was a bad bastard. I was a bad
You're
boy.
fucking raging, just be honest. You've told me this before, and the last time you told me, you were like, fucking shite, fucking Atari.
Mum, see if you were watching. I mean, you could have put in a wee bit of fucking effort and got me a
Ah,
Super
no.
Nintendo. Like, oh, my other
Christ
pals,
almighty.
bitch. It's mad how far the technologies came now. But
Yeah,
all these
that's crazy.
gamers, they're making money. It's a living now, and a lot of these guys, they're getting dents in their skulls for where they're wearing the
Fuck
headphones.
Oh, really?
I swear to God, they're getting dents in their skulls.
I've got a little bit of information about these dents. Apparently, it's like they're like temporary. So what happens is they put them on, and obviously because you wear them like the same way all the time, over time, like the portions of your skull will get softer. So you
Right.
put them on, and then after you take them off again, it gradually just like comes back out.
Oh, so it does come back out.
Apparently, like sometimes you need to get like a massage in your head to get rid of it.
Fucking hell.
I mean, you must have to wear it for a lot for that. I would have thought.
Fuck me. Well, thank you for
Then
that
you know when you
information
wear
there,
those,
Dr.
like sometimes
Morrison.
you wear like headphones, don't you? Like you've ever wore like over your headphones and then the top of your head starts to get sore. I've had that quite a lot.
Aye.
I wear a headset for my job, and sometimes like the top of my head's just like really painful.
There's a name for that, by the way. It's
Fucking hell, yeah.
called neuralgia. Neuralgia.
Is that what that is? Fucking hell.
you're
I've seen
welcome.
that word before. I didn't even know that's what that was.
And so the other thing that's happening to these guys is where it is it's the hearing loss. Fucking hell.
Mhm.
But the irreversible hearing loss, says studies.
Fuck's
And I
sake.
don't know who studies is, but they says it. So it must be true.
So they're ending up with. Actually, to be fair, if you had a skull like Quasimodo because you'd been playing too much Xbox, you'd probably want to not be able to hear, would you? Wouldn't be able to hear
that's
that
true.
abuse.
Actually,
Yeah.
I've got a mate, Jason, who'll definitely be watching this because
Hi, Jason.
he watched last week and he's definitely watching now. He is one of the biggest gamers I've ever met.
Yeah.
He used to work in game years ago as well.
It's a good place for a gamer to work in it.
And he's got a cracking setup, and basically, if he's not working, he's on that and he's
Yeah.
hammering it. So, Jason, maybe check your skull for some dents.
Yeah, I was going to ask,
watch
what's
the
his skull?
ears.
What sort of shape is his skull? Is it normal or?
He's got a good skull.
Has he?
Beautiful skull.
Does he wear? Maybe he doesn't wear a headset.
No, I'm sure he's got. a headset.
Imagine eventually, when we all get lost inside VR all the time, we're going to have like big, like holes in the front of our face, aren't we?
I know. Have you tried the VR yet?
I'm a bit scared of it.
Oh man, I got that motion
I think
sickness.
I'd get addicted to it. I think I'd never come out.
Aye. Well, that's what they're trying to do. They're getting you in the metaverse. Apparently, when they first started this whole metaverse thing, you could actually go on and buy your house in the metaverse.
Yeah, you can still do that now. Yeah, it's
But
like
people were
digital
paying
property.
crazy money to live next door to Snoop Dogg.
So the idea was that you would convert your money into Facebook currency and then spend it in the metaverse. Metaverse is, it's all Zuckerberg at the end of the day, isn't it? Aye, well, that's worrying. I mean, I've played a lot of games, but I wonder if it's the headsets. Do you think it's the headsets that's causing that deafness then, or just like with loud volume?
Well,
because I've never really wore those headsets. I do like the idea of it. I like to
think
hear
it's
the
the
sound in
headsets.
my room.
Well, remember now, even your iPhone tells you if you've been constantly listening on your AirPods to music, it'll tell you that you've been listening to it for a max of however many hours, and you might want to stop or turn it down to 50% volume. By the way, what I wanted to say
I
to
turn
you
it
there,
up when it tells me that.
me too.
I'm not
Me
listening to
too.
the fucking
stubborn bastard.
Aye.
You mentioned Zuckerberg there, and just to link this back with Doomsday Clock and everything like that, I found out today that he has had basically an underground fucking place built for him.
Like a bunker.
Complex.
Yeah,
A bunker, but it's a
believe
whole
it,
complex. And it's not just a wee bit down; it's 100 feet down. He's got this whole shooting match.
Yeah,
and I'm
like the Batcave, isn't it?
Like basically like that. He's probably got his own bloody Bruce Wayne and everybody in there. But the
why?
Fuck knows. But
Why has he got that?
does that not concern you though? Like usually you only do stuff if something's imminent in your lifetime. Are they getting in secrets we didn't know, or what's kicking off?
I mean, I guess. I mean, he's quite a big. He would probably have quite a big target on his back, wouldn't he? Maybe it's just a. I mean, I think when you dig underground, maybe it's just like he can do whatever he wants down there. I don't know.
Right. Well, there's a lot
Would
to
you
be
not
said
like
about these
if I could afford an
lizards.
underground lair, I'd definitely have one. Would you not? Like, there might not be anything sinister to it. He maybe just wants it.
If I had enough money to throw on it, like which your average
definitely
person
does.
definitely not. He does. I would just for shits and giggles. Just for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
And I'm convinced he is a fucking lizard, and all the lizards are down there.
Possibly. Well, he's been trying to fight
skin.
Elon Musk for ages. He's maybe just scared. He's maybe just hiding from Elon.
Oh, he shit himself.
Aye,
Well,
fucking
you know
pussy.
what? You know what? They're all fucking monsters. Monsters, if you're watching. I'm going to try this.
There's no way Zuckerberg could take a punch off Elon.
Oh, monster.
Did you see what
That's
I did there?
fucking delish.
Some link, by the way. You didn't even get it.
Sorry,
It went right
did
over your
pass me by.
fucking head.
Hit me.
I said there's no way that Zuckerberg could take a punch from Elon. You've still not got it.
I've got it. I've fucking got it. Oh my god.
Oh, dear.
Daniel.
What have we got now? Oh, two words you never hear next to each other: Trump and outrage.
Oh god.
Oh, wait.
What's happened now?
So, outrage after Trump claims presidents have complete and total immunity, which means that they can do whatever they want without fear of prosecution, basically. So, the story on this is quite funny. So, Donald Trump provoked outrage for the first time in his life with an all capitals 2 a.m. post to his own social. Did you even know he had a social network? He's got his own social network that he writes
What's
on.
it called?
It's called Truth Social.
I love it.
So he doesn't post on Twitter or that anymore because he got furious because they censored him. Because
I
you know on
remember
Twitter now, if there's like something on there and it's a lie, there'll be a wee note underneath that says this is pish. Well, it doesn't say that, but it tells you the truth. So he doesn't
Fake
post
news.
there now. He posts on his own network where he can lie without fear of being called out for it. So he claimed full, total, and complete and total. So total twice.
Right. Total.
Total presidential immunity over any act committed while in office. So he's basically saying that if he is re-elected to be the US president again, he's going to invoke a power that means he can literally do anything.
So he's invincible.
You can't be like prosecuted, he couldn't be arrested, he couldn't be stopped by basically anyone, which, I mean, I know we'll have a wee laugh on here, but that's quite concerning, isn't it?
So just because he says so?
Well, if he's the president, they can use something called an executive order.
Right.
So yeah, I think, I don't know the ins and outs, so this could be wrong, but I think more or less you get like a certain amount of things that you can just say, nah, this is happening no matter what.
Right.
So what he's essentially saying is that he's going to invoke an executive order that would mean that anything he does from that point forward can't be prosecuted. Because he's getting, you know how he's got like 1 million charges against him for all those riots, because he essentially ordered that on social media. He told people. I think his exact words were, "We need to storm the streets," and like it was literally inciting a riot. So
but don't forget to drink your bleach.
No, you must have the world's cleanest cleanest throat. Like, it must be spotless down there.
Aye. Fucking toilet duck twice a day. See
I don't-
Biden, by the way. Biden,
Yeah.
have you noticed when he's walking about, he's just fun everywhere.
Oh, I know.
He's on the deck more than he's on his feet.
He moves about like a Thunderbird's puppet. Do you know think? It's just like he's on strings. He's actually incredible. Do you seen the video of him? He gets he's getting introduced to like a wee girl. She's like 9. And he says to her, "Are you 18?"
No
Like, and
chance.
he's on a stage, but he's mic'd up. And he's like, "Are you
Oh my God.
And this is why, in this upcoming election, like, there's no way Trump should be able to even be close to getting re-elected, but there's literally nobody else.
If Trump gets re-elected, they're going to have to fucking wind that Doomsday Clock right up because...
Oh, they're going to need a new clock.
But can you remember when he was in office before? We used to, you'd wake up, you'd grab your phone just to see what crazy fucking shit's happened and what he
Proper
says.
buzzing.
Or you wake up and you touch yourself and you're like, oh fuck, we're still here. We're still here.
Aye, I know. Right, on to Twitter, see what Donald's done. Yeah.
Aye.
Do you know what? I mean, he's a questionable guy, but to say the least. But there was something about him. It was actually just incredible that he was the president of America.
It's hard to believe that was even a thing at this point.
And it's likely to be a thing. He's the betting favourite to be the next president.
Oh my God.
So you're getting even money just now on him. Joe Biden's like 2-1, and then there's just no other candidates. To give you an idea of how desperate they are, Tom Brady, the former New England Patriots quarterback, is 100-1. So basically, that he's on the list of. I mean, he's not going to do it, but there's just so little competition for Trump and Biden that there's people like that on the list. The Rock's 100-1 as well. I could see that. I still think he might maybe do it one day, but I think he'd ruin his brand. I think he's probably happy enough just.
He would. He'd ruin his band. Plus, he's opening himself up for major criticism, and he'd lose a lot of people.
It's a shame because I think he would probably be really good at it, but like he would get taken seriously. Nobody's going to argue it. He just kicked the fuck out of the whole lot of them if they didn't agree to what he says.
Aye.
That's what we need. I think that's what Schwarzenegger was going for, eh?
What was he again? He was the governor of California.
He was governor of California, yeah. I think at one point there was a bit of talk that he might run for presidency, but
I can't remember. I can't remember. He was quite. He chased everything. I think he was just one of these guys that says, "I'm going to get that. I'm going to get that. I'm going to do that." And
I'm reading
his book
just now. Yeah,
is it good?
I got a book. It's like a self-help book, so it's got like I think it's called something like 10 rules to live your life by, or no, how to be useful. It's called. It's like how to be useful, 10 rules to live your life by. So it teaches you about how to make sure you're valued in like workplaces and all that kind of stuff. And I'm just getting to the bit now where he's talking about entering politics. It's pretty interesting.
Tino he won Mr. Universe and then came back. I'm going to make it up like 20 years after it and won again.
I could quite believe it. Yeah, I'm not sure on the exact.
Do you know he was in the exact same shape from Terminator 1, right? And then they made Terminator 3 like I'm going to make this up. Let's just say they made Terminator 3 in 2003, and they made the original Terminator in 1984. Correct me if I'm wrong. But
why do we never get the facts about stuff?
I know.
I hope no one's relying on us for like correct information.
Tell us if we're wrong. But do you know what he done was he set himself a goal to be the exact shape he was in when he was in his 20s, and he must have been late 40s or maybe mid 50s at this point when he done that. Yeah. But he did, like, pound for pound. He was in the best shape of his life again.
That's why I got quite fat in my late 20s, so that I can do that again quite easily in my 50s. Straightforward.
Ahead. Broken news boys always thinking ahead.
No flies on me. Mm-hmm. So in other American news, I don't know if you've heard about this. You're quite a big UFO fan, so I'm sure you have. A man called Jeremy Corbell was on the news in the States this week. Discussing a man sees UFO. Now, it's been coined the Jellyfish UFO.
Oh, yeah.
I have got the footage. It's quite a good video. Sometimes these videos, like, we love this stuff. Like, we do love UFOs. But a lot of the time, the videos are shit, aren't they? Like, I think we touched on this last week with the 10-foot tall ones, but they're always filmed really poorly with, like, really old equipment. This looks quite good. So this is the news report here.
All right, so the latest UFO video flying around the internet has a lot of people, pilots and experts, wondering what it is. If it's anything, what is it? The Pentagon was no help. All it said was no comment, and it won't verify the authenticity of the footage. Notice it didn't debunk it, but as it's done with other such incidents, the man who released the video says the video was shot over an American military base by military pilots, and that man is Jeremy Corbell, one of the all-stars of the UFO community. He released the video, and he's given us even more tonight to show us. Jeremy, good
He
to
looks
have you
like
back
he's
on the
made through
show.
AI, doesn't he? He's so smooth.
So the Pentagon won't
beard.
comment on the authenticity of the alleged DoD material that may have been leaked. That's a quote right there. While at the same time saying it's committed to openness and accountability. How do you square those?
Yeah, thank you for your question. And I'm glad your viewers are curious and listening to this. So look, Elizabeth, everybody is catching up with my and George Knapp's reporting, as has been the trend. The DoD is catching up. Even News Nation and yourself, who have been fastidious with looking into the UFO issue, everybody is catching up. So let me help you tonight. The reason why they're not at this point able to deny
That's
it
crazy.
is
Look at
because
that.
absolutely they're going to have to confirm it. George Knapp and
What
I
the
worked
fuck
for
is that?
3.5 years.
What am I looking at?
Sources and people that came to us with these leaks, multiple people. So we have done our due diligence, and our DoD will be put in the corner. They have to be honest with the American public on this video. So we'll go from there.
Do you know what, right? See, we're watching that. Do you know what's different with that versus like most of the videos like that you see? Is it's small. It's like a small thing, isn't it? It's not big. It's a like it looks just like the size of like, I don't know. What do you think? Like it just looks like a person.
A person, humanoid. Well, features. It looks
Yeah.
like the legs, the arms, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Is it see through?
I think, yeah, I'm not too sure. I think it's the type of camera. It's like is it heat? I think the lighter something is on screen, the hotter it is.
Right.
Because I mean that looks like it's from, you know, like a helicopter or some sort of like military camera. Because it's over a base, isn't it?
Aye, but we all look at UFOs to be a solid, metallic, and most of the time a disc-shaped thing.
Yeah.
They could be a living thing. It could be a living thing traveling through the sky. We didn't know. We're only basing it on our
Totally.
what we know already.
I always wonder even if the whole concept of a flying saucer was designed so that we think that's what a UFO is. I mean,
Misinformation. Aye.
like cats could be UFOs.
Cats are
Like,
aliens.
do you know what I mean?
fucking
Like,
definite.
well, not UFOs because they can't fucking fly, Dan. But
My cat can.
yeah, that's true.
I don't hit cats. I don't.
No,
My
no,
cat would
not
kick
once.
the living shit out of me.
It would. He's massive. But what I'm getting at, more maybe aliens more appropriate. But like an alien could be. I mean, they're calling this thing the jellyfish. Like, have you ever looked at an actual jellyfish? Like, they're not from this planet.
No. I feel like
They're
just
they're
dropped
mental.
in the
They're
ocean.
see-through. They're basically just like floating, swimming brains that can fucking sting you. Like,
Yep.
if that's not an alien, I don't know what is.
Can they not also regrow their organs and blah blah blah? If
I'm not
one of
sure.
their tentacles is cut, it just regrows.
That's an octopus. Is that an octopus? I think that might be
I
an
think
octopus.
so. Aye.
And have they not got like 3 hearts or something as well?
Aye.
Like
3
yeah,
hearts.
There's so much stuff in the sea. Like,
I wonder how many dicks they've got.
oh, well, 8
Several.
arms, I
Has
think.
to be.
8 arms, 3 hearts. There's no logic to it. Is this probably like
Has to be 14 dicks.
16?
Has to be. It's in the
Definitely
teens.
multiple. Let's move on because we're going down a rabbit hole that I don't think
I know, but I
we've got time
want
to
to
go
tell
down.
you again. I want to tell you
Right.
about my UFO story. I'm sure way back in like episode fucking 2 or 3, or maybe even 1, I mentioned about this UFO story in my own.
I think it could have been our Halloween special.
Probably.
That's our number 5 rated show of all time, by the way.
Of all
Out
time.
of-
Oh, man.
Out of 10.
That's
Sorry, I'm just having a quick drink of my delicious Monster Energy drink.
Oh, that looks delish. So it was. I just want to say that
refreshing.
before I seen this UFO, I had zero interest in anything like
Yep.
to do with sci-fi or anything like that. I was into action films. I was into my Jean-Claude Van Dammes and everything like that. And I'd never even seen Alien. I never knew what the X-Files were or anything like
You've
that.
never lived. Never
I know,
lived.
I'm an idiot. But, I mean, I've caught up since. So 2003.
You're still an idiot, but you've caught up.
I know. I know, grown man with Mario
You're
toys.
a more
fucking
well
grap.
informed idiot now.
I know. Right. Before I start talking about toys, I'll go back into the story. So, 2003.
How's Robocop doing this week?
Oh, he's good. Look at him.
He's
Look at him. He's
flying,
up there.
isn't
He's fucking. He's living life. Right.
Don't worry, you'll get the story out eventually.
I'll get the story out eventually.
Just mute
Right.
me. Just mute me.
Right. 2003. It was quite late at night. I was already in my bed, but I couldn't sleep, so I got up and I went for a wee walk around the village I stayed in, and the only people that were out at that time of night was chavs, Neds, little bastards, in the wilderness. But I remember I got an ominous feeling, and I just so happened to look up, and I seen what I thought was spotlights from a nearby football pitch, just shining about.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, there is not a soul playing football at 11:30, and I was like, maybe they've left them on at the pitch, idiots.
No.
Anyway, so
Left them
these
plugged in.
lights, they were getting brighter and brighter, and it was like four spotlights, which then like became balls of light, and they'd all rotate one way, meet in the middle, come apart, rotate the other way, and it would just keep doing that sequence as it was moving across the sky. And I swear I could feel the energy and the fillings in my fucking teeth. I could hear dogs barking everywhere at that time of night, which is unusual on its own.
Yeah.
And I just got like that terrifying feeling that whatever I was looking at was 100% no for this planet. I just knew.
Yeah.
And I remember it was hovering over the top of the one of the only chip shops in the village at the time, and all the little chavs used to hang out outside it, and they looked up at the sky and they went, "Oh, it's the fucking X-Files," like just sitting there with their cans of Stella, and
Putting the world to rights.
aye. And I remember telling all my mates the next day. Not one of them believed me, right? So I waited till about
Can't think
11:30
why.
at night, and I dragged them down to see the Neds. So they're sitting there with their cans of beer, and I was like, "Oh, you tell him what we seen last night." And he was like, "We seen the X-Files," and I was like, "We never seen the X-Files. What was in the sky?" And he was like, "A UFO." But,
Just like blasé, like with that, like
and I was like, "I
they
fucking
they
told
probably
you."
see them. They probably see them on a nightly basis, too.
Oh, they're all space
So it's
cadets
like-
now.
Aye, 100%.
But aye, that was
That's mad.
that was my
I
story.
wish I've never had a UFO experience.
It changes
I
your
wish I
life
had.
because honestly, for like a decade after that, I was completely submerged in that shit, and I was watching the videos, I was researching, and oh my god, it's unbelievable. But it opens your eyes up to a whole new world.
Yeah. I feel like you've gone off the boil a wee bit with UFOs, but hopefully now that we're doing this again, you'll maybe get like proper back into it.
I'll get right back in. It's just honestly, it's when I was in the thick of it, I'd lie awake at night just barely getting any sleep because your brain's constantly ticking. I'm just
Aye.
thinking about fucking UFOs and aliens and God, I'd love to sit down with Tom DeLonge. We'd have a fucking brilliant chat.
One of my lifetime ambitions, and it'll never happen. But imagine one day, maybe we can up our weekly views from like 55 to like 85. Tom will come on. Imagine getting Tom on just for 5 minutes.
Unbelievable.
Remember that day it was last year, wasn't it, when basically it all came out that they knew about aliens, and they finally kind of, it might even have been 2 years ago, I think it was. But yeah, it all came out. There was the guy up in court, wasn't it? And he was like talking, and he was like confirming that they had aliens in a lab and they had crashed
UFOs,
flying objects. Yeah, I think they call them UAPs, don't they? Unidentified aerial phenomena, or something like that, isn't it? But yeah, I just remember that day, DeLonge just on social media being like, "I fucking told you."
Aye.
20 years ago, when I left Blink-182 to pursue this, everybody left. Mind, everybody thought he was nuts.
Including me.
He'd lost it. Including me. Yep. I thought he'd lost the plot. And I thought he was on drugs, and he was saying all sorts of like fucking crazy shit. And he was fucking right.
I know.
He was right.
Me.
What a guy. What a life he's had. I'd love to interview him one day.
I'd love to hear everybody else's fucking UFO stories, because 1 in every 3 people have seen something. So come and tell us what you've seen.
How? 1 in 3 people have seen something. Surely 1 in 1 people have seen something. Oh, you mean a UFO?
I didn't mean with their eyes. Fucking hell.
You've never seen fuck all, if that's what you meant.
A big, a massive apology to the blind community.
Sorry, guys.
No, it's honestly, I like to hear all the other people's stories because there's no two of them the same. So
if anyone's got a good, honestly, if you've got a good UFO story, come on and tell it. I'd love to get people on. I want to get people on quite soon.
Definitely.
Next few weeks or so, we'll get somebody on. So 100%. If you've got a wee UFO story or any story, anything, or you just want to come on and have a blather, we would absolutely love it. So, if anybody listening or watching wants to come on, just drop us a wee message and we'll sort it out. Definitely.
We're massive conspiracy nuts, so if you've got any conspiracies as well, it doesn't just have to be UFOs, just fucking come on with anything. Actually, talking about conspiracies, I've got 3 questions for you, right? But just I didn't want you to elaborate on them. I just want a quick answer.
Short answer. Okay. I'm not great at giving short answers, but I'll do my
I know,
do my
fucking
best.
hell. Right, here we go. You ready? You buckled in?
Sake up for this. I'll try, man. How long's a short answer? 10 seconds.
3 words.
3 words?
Or thereabouts. Right,
okay,
here we go.
Right, I'll do my best.
Right, the first one. Did the moon landings happen?
No.
All right, that's fine.
Not at the time they said they did.
Right.
Can I talk more, or am I not allowed?
No, you're out. We'll cover all these.
Right.
We'll do a conspiracy special soon. But
that'd be good.
Was there alien bodies recovered from the Roswell crash?
No.
All right. Let me add on to that. Was there a Roswell crash?
Yes.
Was it extraterrestrial?
No.
Right.
Do you want me? It's a bit boring for folk to listen to because they're all going to be sitting there going, "Why do you think that, Dan?" So I'll tell you just really quickly.
Give me quickly.
One.
All right.
I think the Roswell crash was an attempt to create a flying saucer by the US government. So I think they tried to make one based on the technology they maybe already had, and it crashed.
Touched up on that earlier, actually. Basically what you said earlier.
Yeah. So that's my theory on that. But I do believe they've got craft and they've got pilots and all the rest of it. But I don't think they would crash.
I know.
I just don't think they would.
If you've made it for another galaxy to here,
that's my point.
You're not going to trip over at the last fucking hurdle, are you?
No, exactly. I know they've made it all the way, and then the last wee bit. Oh fuck, boys! How do we land again? It's been that long. Like, how do we land? I just don't believe it.
I know. It feels running it. Fucking unbelievable.
So yeah. I mean, obviously, I appreciate that it might have been damaged or something, but I just don't buy it. I don't think it crashed.
The other thing is that's equally as fucking stupid. These beings or whatever they are so clever that they can span galaxies. They can make all this technology that we can't even fathom. We're calling them jellyfish, and we've got no fucking idea. They want to come and see us. Get a grip. Probably the last thing you want to see.
Probably come for a laugh, the way.
Come for a laugh. Like these morons.
The ones that get here. By the way, everyone assumes that it's the smartest ones that get here, but maybe it's the fucking stupidest ones. Maybe it's like the equivalent of us. Like they're like, maybe this is the worst place to go on holiday. Do you know what I mean? For these aliens, like maybe all the other planets that they go to are unbelievable, and we get the riffraff, and it's all like it's basically like Del Boy and Rodney in their 3-wheeled van coming across the galaxy. So we're assuming that it's the smartest ones, but it could be the stupidest.
Do you think when they crashed, they were just like, boys, why the fuck did we use Ryanair?
I know, bastards.
I've got my
third one. You said I had 3 words and then you fucking spoke for about 5 minutes.
I know, I'm very sorry. I'm sorry. But I've still got my third one to give you. So, did the ancient Egyptians build the pyramids, or were they built by some other worldly? I know. I'll say it 5 times fast. Worldly
advanced race.
Curly worldly. Aye.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what I was trying to get.
I think the answer is the ancient Egyptians were an otherworldly advanced race. That's my answer.
That wore mascara?
Yeah. I think they were all goths.
Right.
I think the Egyptians were from another planet originally.
Possibly.
And they came here with their technology. We've delved into the pyramids and stuff a little bit before, and I'm sure we will again, but it's just not technologically possible with the with the stuff they had to use back then, it's not possible to build some of the stuff they've built.
No.
It's unbelievable. Like, they all point to the North Star.
I know.
So they're all pointing exactly true north. If you look at like the geometry of like the shapes that they use, they're all like perfect.
It's laser precision.
Yeah, it's like
You can laser
you can't do that.
I know.
Go and look at Stonehenge in comparison.
No.
Like, it's like 20 stones in a circle and everybody fucking shits the bed about how great it is.
I know.
These Egyptians built like a massive stone cat that looks unbelievable with their bare hands.
There's a couple of in the the hieroglyphs and the drawings and stuff on the walls. Did you not see there's actual things that resemble airplanes or stuff that looks like cars? There's something like, I think it's called a Vimana. It's like the equivalent of a spacecraft with a being inside it and it's lying on its back, but it's one of the most famous ones. But it's fucking fascinating.
I either think they came from another planet, or I think that an alien species contacted them and helped them, gave them loads of technology. I actually think that might be what's happening to us again right now. If you look at the rate of advancement with technology in the last 30 years, it's impossible.
You're
how
bang on the
have
money.
we just came out with all this? We've been slobbing about 300 years ago. We're still kicking about in like wooden huts and like idiots. Couldn't do nothing, and then we're on the moon. Nah.
Something's going on. I'm sure we'll get to all these fucking subjects in the upcoming episodes. We'll go into them all in a lot more detail and stuff like that, because I've got a shitload to talk about on the pyramids. A shitload.
Yeah, I think we could do an ancient Egyptian special.
Definitely.
Will we dress up?
That's a dead set.
Who are you dressing up as?
Nefertiti.
Who's your favourite Egyptian? I was a big Tutankhamun guy.
I'm into Toots.
Did you have that game Tutankhamun on your Atari?
No, I never knew there was such a game.
Oh, aye. Google it. Tutankhamun. It was fucking great.
I'll go straight on eBay and buy that, man.
Tutankhamun, the game. I think there might have been a sequel as well. Tutankhamun 2.
No. Tutankhamun.
Tutankhamun Strikes Back. Right, I've got... we're nearly done. I've got a couple more things, though. There are some new images of the planet Jupiter. I don't know if have you seen this?
Nope.
No. They're actually unbelievable, these pictures. So I'm going to put them on screen so that you and everybody watching can see them. These are the clearest pictures of Jupiter ever taken by a spacecraft called Juno. Jupiter is it's not a planet you could stand on. It's made of gas. But some of these pictures are so cool. Look at that.
Fuck.
It's like artwork, isn't it?
So they can get clear pictures like that.
Yeah.
But we are toiling trying to get a fucking picture 10 feet in front of us, a fucking jellyfish UFO.
Can you see a 10-foot tall alien for static? Actually beautiful, eh?
Wow.
It's like unbelievable.
That's unbelievable. That's very cool.
Tell me this, looking at that, what animal that we've discussed tonight does that remind you of?
A snake. We never discussed a snake, but
it
kind of looks like a snake.
Snakes. The answer I was looking for was, it looks like a jellyfish, Dan. Don't you think?
Right, let's cut all that. It looks like a jellyfish, Dan, doesn't it?
Nah, I'm going to leave that bit in. That was quite funny. But it does look like a jellyfish, doesn't it? Like, genuinely. It's like a brain. Stunning pictures. Look at that.
Oh, that's fucking hell.
That's incredible.
That's very cool.
So, yeah, I love these.
Wow.
That one really looks like a jellyfish, doesn't it?
That looks like a painting.
Yeah, or like a squid.
Like a water,
looks like a squid.
Aye. Well, that's really cool.
Unbelievable.
Do you know what that looks like? That looks like a petri dish.
Petri dish. I bet it is. They're just trolling us. They've never been anywhere near this planet.
No. Oh,
they're all sitting laughing at broken news, going, I bet they'll talk about that on their stupid podcast.
We're bang on the money.
They think we're arseholes.
That's
and they're right.
Really cool.
Unreal.
Aye.
And just to finish off, I've got a wee surprise for you. I've got a wee video to show you. I discovered on TikTok this week, and I just thought you would really like it. We're both musicians, songwriters, love music. And I thought I would show you this video of one of the best songwriters of all time. And there is no debate about this. I'm going to show you a video of Elton John.
Right.
But what he does is he's doing some sort of Q&A on a TV show,
Right.
and there's a guy in the crowd that gets to ask him a question, and what he asks him is, well, actually, I'll play the video and I'll let you hear what he asks him, but it's truly, truly unbelievable.
I've heard that you write your songs very, very quickly, and I brought some words along and hope that you can put some music to it. Would you do that?
What is it?
Well,
it's Richard D. Grant.
It's the cooking the instructions from my oven. Would you do that?
Serious?
Yeah.
Conventional oven thermostat. Chemical Brothers song, doesn't it? You and your new oven are capable of great things, but remember, no two ovens are the same. Rather than jumping at the deep end with your brand new oven, don't forget it may differ in its cooking characteristics to your previous model. We strongly recommend you take time to read this leaflet fully from cover to cover. Get to know Meineke. It was a bad oven. You got to know all there is to know about your new oven.
This is the amazing bit here.
Begin preparing your, oh, this is ridiculous, your own mouth-watering meals. I'll have to do that one again. We strongly recommend you take time to read this leaflet fully from cover to cover. Get to know all there is to know about your new oven before you begin preparing your own mouth-watering meals. It may seem like a chore, but it'll pay off in the long run. So let's begin at the beginning with your new bloody oven.
One absolute legend.
Brilliant. Love
How good's that?
That's fucking gold. I love that
You
shit.
can actually see his brain working as he's doing it in that middle bit, and then he comes back in with that like more bouncy beat.
You know what? That's
incredible. What a legend.
That's just reminded me of something. Charlie Puth. He's on one of the late shows. I can't remember who it is, but he's got a cup and he's whacking away at it.
Yeah.
He's just live. He pitch shifts it and makes a whole song.
Oh, it's Fallon, Jimmy Fallon. I found it. It's here.
Oh,
right,
whack
2
it
seconds. I'll put it on because I know this clip it's so good. I hate talented people though. Do you know what I kind of hate talented people?
Aye, but overly talented people. I like talented people, but overly talented people. They
Save some for the rest of us.
They say that he's got perfect pitch.
Yeah. I think he might do that in this clip as well. But yeah, let's play it.
Let's have a watch.
Thing on TikTok is to prove that anything in this world can be made into music. Like everything has tonality to it.
I wanted to test this tonight, if you don't mind. We have stuff here, but what could we do tonight?
What has sound to it? Wait, let me see that cup.
This cup.
Is there anything in it?
Yeah, there's water.
Do you have anything I can tap?
That's you. Has tea in it. That's for you.
Okay.
I have cups. I have extra cups. Want a
Wait,
cup?
Give me a spoon because I'm sure you have spoons somewhere. Like, take another Tonight Show cup. Yeah, I've marked up your table. So, okay, I hope this works. But everything.
He knows fine.
Bear with me.
I've never done
Everything
this
has
before.
tonality to it. So if I were to. Here we go. So
that's unbelievable.
Kind of like a ooh. If I had a way to record something, I would like make a whole song out of this cup right now.
Oh, look what we've got down here.
Oh, what a fucking coincidence. Jimmy Kimmel's brought. Oh, look. I can't believe it.
No.
Got Mary Poppins' bag down there.
Did we not call him Jimmy Fallon earlier?
Yeah. Isn't that Jimmy Fallon? Oh, that's Jimmy Kimmel. Fuck. Never mind. Sorry, Jimmy. Both of you.
Charlie, we're always ready for you here at the Tonight Show. That's why we love when you come back. You're just making art. So
Sure.
any.
What is this? This is Pro Tools. So.
Oh, Charlie.
Is this Pro Tools?
Oh, what is this?
You're
I've never done this before.
Joking when he said that he'd.
No. If you even mention an idea, we're gonna make it happen. If it makes it on the air or not, we don't know. But
okay, so everyone, bear with us for a second. I'm gonna record. This is what I do on TikTok. I'm gonna do it on the show that started it all. You record little. That's it. Wait, hold on. There. Ooh. I like the little. Okay, so here, take that. You can put that
you just
down.
got that.
Okay, so here it is. Can we get sound? Ooh. That's here. Play that again. This is. There we go. So I can put it. There's the sound of the glass, but if you pitch it down. So that's just one note. I feel like I'm teaching all of a sudden. Yeah.
This is like a master class. I love this.
So this is what that sounds like.
This is where he's like, I've no idea what I'm going to do here, guys.
Ooh, we got reverb. Too much. Wait. So I could, okay, so that's one layer, and I could add a little rhythm to it. Again, that's the cup sound. Okay, and then we need like a bass or something. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, I'm not done. Okay, so that's looping. Again, these are all just cup sounds pitched down. If I put a kick drum, then you have a completed.
Brilliant.
What?
Wow. And there you go.
He just wrote Ed Sheeran's next single, eh?
I know, prick.
Arsehole. I'm actually getting extra mad at his eyebrow as well. I don't know why.
What? How?
He's got one of those stupid fucking racing stripes in it. It's like, if you want to run faster, just get new trainers. Remember when you got new trainers when you were a kid?
Have you not got
He's
one
got
of
one of
yours?
the lines.
You got one of yours?
That's a scarf from when I got bald.
Oh, so it is.
It's not by choice.
Sorry. Fucking hell.
Do you remember that though, when you were a kid and you would get new trainers and you were like, look how fucking fast I am now. Yeah? I mind I got a pair of Adidas Predators and I was automatically twice as good at football in my head.
Can you remember when your mate got a pair of super clean white trainers and you just had to go stand on them and just
stand on them instantly? It was like when people would get like new Converse with the white toes and you would just be like, oh, what's that over there, mate? A puddle. Crushed.
Brilliant.
Love that. Crush his dreams and his new fucking clean shoes. Show off bastard. Well, that was a good episode. I enjoyed that a lot.
It's been good. It's been good.
I feel like good
getting
topics.
back on this. Definitely, man. As always, thanks for tuning in. Wherever you watched it or wherever you listened to it, go check out our socials, check out everything, and we'll see you next week. Make sure to be here.
A brand new TikTok page, and our first video got 7 views, so hopefully we maybe get like 9 or 10
7
on our 7. Yeah.
Fucking superstars.
Well, I watched it 3 times. Your mum watched it once. I know you must have watched it a couple of times.
Yep.
And then I made a couple other people watch it on mute. But yeah, absolutely join in on the socials. We'll be back next week. And remember, if it's not broken, it soon will be.